The security footage showed everything. 4 college students spray painting baby killers on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. They were laughing, taking selfies. Monday morning, their political science professor walked into class, saw their social media posts, and went silent. "That memorial you vandalized? It has my name on it. I was a POW for 6 years, and the man who built it died saving me." Hey, welcome to Silent Courage Stories. Before we jump into this powerful story about respect, justice, and hidden heroes, drop a comment and tell us what city you're watching from. And hey, if you think stories like this should never be forgotten, hit that subscribe button and help us keep their memory alive. Georgetown University, Washington, D.C. Friday night, 1 a.m. The campus Vietnam Memorial, built in 1985, bore 847 names, missing and dead soldiers. 4 students approached the memorial. Tyler Brooks, 20 years old, political science major from a wealthy family. Madison Clark, 19, activist, social media influencer. Jason Park and Sarah Mitchell, both 21, campus newspaper editors. Tyler pulled out the spray paint. Let's correct history. He began writing on the memorial, "Baby killers." Madison started a live stream on Instagram. "We're tearing down monuments to imperialism." Jason and Sarah laughed, taking selfies with the painted memorial in the background. "No monuments for war criminals," Sarah shouted. They covered the names with paint, took photos, uploaded videos to TikTok. The security camera recorded everything, their faces clearly visible. Monday morning, Political Science 301. Cold War and Beyond lecture. Professor Dr. Robert Thompson, 68 years old, entered the classroom in his usual suit, but something was different. His hands were trembling. Tyler, Madison, Jason, and Sarah sat in the front row. They'd spent the weekend celebrating their achievement. The video had gotten 1 million views. Dr. Thompson opened his laptop. A video appeared on the projection screen. The students painting the memorial, security camera footage. The classroom fell silent. Tyler smirked. "Professor, freedom of expression?" Dr. Thompson raised his hand, didn't speak, pulled out a photograph from his pocket. Old, yellowed. "This," he said, voice trembling, "is 1972, Hanoi, North Vietnam." The photo showed young soldiers, prisoners of war, skeleton thin. The one in the middle is me. I was 23, F-4, Phantom pilot, shot down, prisoner for 6 years. Madison's smirk disappeared. Dr. Thompson continued. "The memorial you painted has my name on it. Robert Thompson, MIA, missing in action, 1972 to 1978. Jason's face went white. But more importantly, Dr. Thompson pulled out another photograph. This man, James Jimmy Rodriguez. The photo showed a smiling young soldier. Jimmy built that memorial with his own money in 1985 because he wanted to do something for those of us who returned. Sarah's hands began trembling. Jimmy saved me. From the Hanoi Hilton, the torture camp, he planned the escape, got caught, in my place. Tears were streaming down Dr. Thompson's face. They beat him to death, 3 days of torture. He never gave me up, died, 25 years old. The classroom was silent. Some students were crying. And you, Dr. Thompson looked at the 4 students. You painted over his name, called him a baby killer, Tyler stammered. We didn't know. Of course you didn't know, Dr. Thompson shouted, for the first time in 40 years of academic career. Because you didn't ask, didn't research, just judged. He rolled up his sleeves. Scars were visible, deep, ugly scars. These are torture scars, bamboo sticks, electricity, waterboarding, 6 years. Madison started crying. I'm sorry, Sorry, Dr. Thompson laughed bitterly. Can you apologize to Jimmy? He has no grave. His body was never returned. New images appeared on the projection screen. The memorial's dedication ceremony, 1985. An elderly woman touching the memorial, crying. Jimmy's mother, said Dr. Thompson, Maria Rodriguez, she came every day to touch her son's name. Next slide. Maria Rodriguez, in front of the memorial, on the ground, heart attack. She died last year while visiting the memorial, next to her son's name. Sarah was sobbing. We thought, what did you think? All Vietnam veterans are killers? All the dead are guilty? Dr. Thompson stood up, pulled his uniform from his bag. Old Air Force uniform, medals on the chest. Do you know why I became a pilot? I was a Peace Corps volunteer, building schools in Africa. Then the draft came. I did my duty. He put on the uniform. It still fit perfectly. And when I was shot down in North Vietnam, villagers wanted to lynch me. But they didn't. Do you know why? The students were silent. Because an old man stepped forward. He said, "He's also someone's son. Maybe someone's future father. If we kill him, what changes?" Dr. Thompson walked to the window. Outside, the memorial was visible, still painted. That old man's son had been killed by Viet Cong in American bombings, but he showed mercy. Tyler stood up. "Professor Thompson, what can we do? How can we fix this? You can't fix it. Jimmy is dead. His mother is dead. 58,000 Americans died. 3 million Vietnamese died." "But," Dr. Thompson turned, "you can learn." He pulled out a notebook from his pocket. Old, worn. "This is Jimmy's journal. He kept it in the prison camp. I'll read to you." He opened it, read, March 15th, 1973. "I must save Thompson. He's a good man, has a wife, baby coming. I'm single. Logical choice." Madison was sobbing. March 20th, 1973. "Plan ready. Thompson will escape. I'll stay. I know what happens if caught, but it's worth it." March 22nd, 1973. "Tomorrow's the day. Mom, if this finds you, know I did the right thing. Thompson must go home." Dr. Thompson closed the journal. "He died March 23rd, under torture. Never gave me up. A student from the class asked, 'Why didn't you tell us before?' Because," said Dr. Thompson, "trauma is private. Pain is private, but you made it public, made it a joke." Jason stood up. "We'll clean it. Today, now, and apologize to everyone." Dr. Thompson nodded. "Clean it. But first, learn every name, every story." That afternoon, 4 students gathered at the memorial, cleaning supplies in hand. But first, they read every name, 847 names. When Tyler found James Rodriguez, he fell to his knees. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "You were a hero." "I didn't know." Madison started a live stream, different this time. "We made a mistake, a terrible mistake. This memorial, these names, they're real people. They have stories. 10,000 watched, then 100,000, then 1,000,000. As Sarah and Jason cleaned the memorial, an elderly man approached. He carried flowers. "What are you doing?" "Cleaning, sir." We painted it. We're sorry." The man paused. "I'm also Vietnamese, North Vietnamese Army. I fought against your people." The students were surprised. "But," the man continued, "the war is over. Now is peacetime. These names, they're also human. Young people, they died. They deserve respect." He placed the flowers at the memorial. "For peace," he said and walked away. Dr. Thompson watched from a distance. His phone rang. "Bob, it's Johnson. Saw the news. The students. They're learning, Tom. Late, but learning. Jimmy would be proud. Yes, he was always forgiving. By evening, the memorial was clean, but the students didn't leave. They began keeping vigil, taking turns. Tyler posted on social media, "I'm Tyler Brooks. 3 days ago, I painted this memorial. I was ignorant, arrogant, wrong. Now I'll keep vigil here every night for 1 year. An apology for every name." The post went viral. Support messages came, but also threats. Dr. Thompson called Tyler the next day. "You're getting threats?" "Yes, sir, but I won't stop." "Why?" "Because Jimmy Rodriguez died for me by saving you. You educated me. I owe a debt." Dr. Thompson smiled for the first time. "Come with me," He took Tyler to Arlington National Cemetery. They stood before an empty gravestone. Jimmy's symbolic grave, no body but his spirit is here. Tyler knelt. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm Tyler. I painted your memorial. I ask your forgiveness. Wind blew, leaves rustled. Dr. Thompson placed his hand on Tyler's shoulder. Jimmy would forgive. He always forgave. When they returned to Georgetown, a crowd was at the memorial. Hundreds of students, lighting candles. Madison was speaking. War is complex. Pain is real. But these people, they just did their duty. Some volunteers, some drafted. But all human. An elderly woman stepped forward from the crowd. I'm Helen Thompson, Robert's wife. My husband was presumed dead for 6 years. This memorial was my only comfort. She looked at the students. I forgive you, but learn. Every war has two faces. Behind every death is a family. Sarah cried, hugging Helen. I'm sorry. So sorry. 1 year later, a ceremony at the memorial. Tyler spoke. A year ago, I painted this memorial, wrote baby killers. Now I know. They were sons, fathers, brothers. They were human. Dr. Thompson spoke. Jimmy Rodriguez saved me. These students also saved me. They gave me hope. The new generation can learn. Madison, Jason, and Sarah had made a documentary. The names, real stories of the Vietnam Memorial. They'd researched every named story, 847 stories. The film won awards. They premiered it at the memorial. When Dr. Thompson retired, the 4 students were there. You are my last and best students, he said. You learned the hard way, but you learned. Tyler's now a history teacher. He starts every class with a visit to the Vietnam Memorial. These names, he tells his students, teach you war's real face, not black and white, gray full of pain, complex. Madison became a veterans' rights lawyer. Jason and Sarah make documentaries for PBS about war and post-war trauma. And the memorial, clean every day, full of flowers. Students still keep vigil voluntarily. Dr. Thompson sometimes comes, touches Jimmy's name, whispers, they learned, friend. Your sacrifice wasn't in vain. And whenever the wind blows, it's like Jimmy answering, I know, brother, I know. 5 years later, Dr. Thompson received a call. The Vietnamese government had found remains. DNA testing confirmed James Rodriguez. The repatriation ceremony was held at the memorial. The 4 former students attended, now professionals in their fields. Tyler spoke. James Rodriguez taught us through his absence, through Professor Thompson's pain. We learned that judgment without understanding is the real crime, Madison added. We thought we were fighting imperialism. We were actually fighting memories, families, sacrifice. The burial at Arlington was attended by hundreds. Vietnamese representatives came too. The old man who'd placed flowers years ago. He spoke. War divides. Memory heals. These young people learned. Hope for future. Dr. Thompson, now using a walker, placed his Medal of Honor on Jimmy's coffin. This belongs to you, brother. You earned it. Helen Thompson stopped him. No, Robert. You both earned it. Keep it. For him. As the coffin lowered, the 4 former students stood at attention. They'd learned military protocol, out of respect. The bugler played taps, every note carried across Arlington. That evening at the campus memorial, a new plaque was installed. In memory of James Rodriguez, 1948 to 1973, he saved a friend. His sacrifice taught a generation. Forgiveness is the ultimate victory. Tyler, now married with children, brings his kids to the memorial. This is where Daddy learned about respect, he tells them. Where I learned that heroes aren't just in movies. They're in history, in names on walls. Madison won a landmark case for POW families. In her closing argument, she said, I once defaced a memorial called Heroes, Baby Killers. Professor Thompson, a POW, taught me that every name has a story of sacrifice. Today, I fight for those stories. Jason and Sarah's latest documentary, The Vandalism That Healed, won an Emmy. In it, Dr. Thompson says, "They broke my heart when they painted those names, but they healed it when they learned those names." The Georgetown Memorial became a teaching site. Every freshman orientation includes a visit. The story is told. 4 students vandalized. 1 professor taught. 847 names were honored. This is how we grow. Dr. Thompson, at 90, still visits, less frequently now, but every March 23rd, the anniversary of Jimmy's death. The current students know to leave him alone then. He sits, talks to Jimmy, sometimes for hours. "Remember that kid who painted baby killer on your name? He just got promoted. Lieutenant Colonel Brooks, training officers in ethics. You'd laugh, Jimmy. You'd love it." One day, Tyler brought his teenage daughter to meet Dr. Thompson. "Professor, this is Emma. She's writing about Vietnam for her thesis." Emma shook his hand. "Sir, my dad says you taught him everything about honor." Dr. Thompson smiled. "No, dear. Jimmy Rodriguez taught us both, through sacrifice. Your dad taught me too, that people can change, can learn, can become better." As they walked away, Emma asked, "Dad, why do you come here every week?" "Because," Tyler said, "some lessons you need to keep learning, some apologies you keep making, some respects you keep paying. The memorial stands clean now. Always. Not because it's required, but because it's remembered. And in the wind, if you listen carefully, you might hear Jimmy Rodriguez laughing, not bitter laughter, but joy. Because hatred became understanding, because vandalism became vigilance, because 4 ignorant kids became 4 conscious adults. That's victory. The kind Jimmy would understand, the kind that makes 6 years in a POW camp worth surviving, the kind that makes a memorial more than stone and names, makes it a bridge between generations, between enemies, between ignorance and wisdom. And on that bridge, Jimmy Rodriguez and Robert Thompson stand eternal watch. One gave his life, one gave his story, both gave forgiveness, and 4 students gave them both immortality, not in stone, but in changed hearts.